Well, hello there again, friends and family. I do hope all of y'all are doing well and having a beautiful and enjoyable New Year's Eve day. Old Mr. Tom is, even though weather's turned cold here and it's a little bit windy, so I hope you can hear me. Now, you're probably not going to guess where I'm at right now. But I wanted to come to a place like this, think about things for a while. Ponder on the year that we've had, 2019, and the year we got coming up. So I thought I'd bring you along with me as I walk down to one of those special places that I enjoy. So, with that said, let's head on down here. I'll show you where we're going. Right now, we're walking down a very steep and very long boat ramp. Now this is one of two boat ramps that we have for the Tallapoosa River, southern portion of it, down below the Thurlow Dam. Now there's not another dam on the Tallapoosa River. It flows from the Thurlow Dam all the way down where it connects up with, I believe it's the Alabama River in Wetumpka. But I wanted to come on down here, spend some time listening to the river flowing over some small falls, and think about things in life, how the year past has been, and here we are. Now, this is another smaller falls. This is not the Great Falls, like I told you. The Great Falls, that was up where the Thurlow Dam is now. That's long been gone. But this is one of many of the smaller falls. In this particular area, or part of the Tallapoosa River, is where people come to kayak. And it's quite well known. But you got to be careful up here. And I'm walking out on top of the rocks. And right now, the river level is rather low. But should Thurlow Dam decide to start up the generators, this water level can rise extremely fast. But they'll sound the horns. Old Mr. Tom will have to be paying attention, because if he don't, he'll get swept right off of these rocks. And that probably will not be a good way to end 2019. Because I am out here all by myself, which is probably not the smartest thing I've done. But I've came here many a time. To me, it's just a wild and beautiful place. And I plan on, now that I'm retired, exploring a whole lot of this river. In fact, one day, and it may be next year, and it may not, but 1 year here before I die, I'm going to ride this river and the river it connects to, and the next, all the way down to Mobile Bay and the Gulf of Mexico. You can write it down, stick it on the fridge. We will be doing it. And I'll be taking you along the trip. But isn't this a beautiful and amazing place? God, imagine it back a couple hundred years ago before the dams. Or even better, imagine it in the year 1540, when Hernando de Soto and his group, 600, rode right down these riverbanks as they traveled south to the Gulf of Mexico. Now I want to show you another falls, and it's a little bit larger, upriver. Now I would take you up there today, but here again I'm by myself. I'll try to zoom in where you can see it a little bit better. Camera don't have a lot of zoom. That's about the best we're going to be able to do for you today. Simply spectacular out here, folks. I don't know what else to tell you. I hope you can hear it. And I hope the camera will do it justice. I mean, what better place to come I just wanted to come up here and sit on these rocks and think about 2019 and make plans for 2020. Now I'm going to try to get across this little area right here without falling in and making a fool out of myself. Now before y'all get too worried, I do know how to swim. In fact, at one time I was pretty good at it. But all along this river, especially down here, we're not too far from where the creek capital was located. Down here about, probably another mile, maybe 2 miles, at the big bend of the Tallapoosa River. There was the capital of the Creek Nation. And it too was named Tallahassee, except it was spelled T-A-L-S-I. But look at this. Now you can sort of see why kayakers love it so much. Now years back, I'd come on down here and do a little bit of fishing. Me and my son James and my daughter Ashley. Well, that's been many a year ago. I mean, James is 32 and I believe Ashley's 33. Lord, it's probably been 15, 16, 17 years since we all came down and fished on this river. And I just didn't have time to do it anymore once they grew up and left home, because I was working such insane hours. But now I'm going to explore. I'm going to walk this river and I'm going to do me some fishing. So y'all, I hope you can hear me. This is such a great place. Great place to think, contemplate, and to review the year. And I'd like to think 2019, even though I didn't accomplish everything I set out to, and there were some hard times, for the most part, been a good year. And I hope you all can say the same too. But we got a new year coming up. And I, like many of y'all, are probably wondering just what we're going to be seeing in 2020. Well, I have to get up off that rock. They're rather cold. But, like I was saying, I wonder what's coming up in 2020. Not only for myself, but for all of y'all out there. Now, you know, we talk about preparedness. Talk about being prepared for survival in case of emergency. Local or national. And we talk a lot about other things as well. You know, the condition of our agricultural system. You know, food, different food staples, food crops. There's been a lot going on this year. And for the first time in many a year, I'm a little worried what's going to be happening in 2020. But we're all going to see, because today's New Year's Eve day. And tomorrow will be New Year's Day, the first day of a new year. And we're going to start to see it unfold. And it's going to be up to all of us to help determine just how that year is going to come and how it's going to unfold. And I want all of y'all to put a little thought into that. I know I've put my share and will be thinking more about it. It's something I think we all need to do. Well, I know I'm going to do and work on. We all need to get better at getting along, respecting others' opinions, helping one another, not always so quick to jump to the negative or to see just the bad in people. I'm a true believer that there's good in all people. Now granted, some are better and some are worse. But I know next year I'm going to strive not only for myself to be a better person, but I'm going to strive to be better to the people I come in contact with in my life here, in my neighborhood, my local area, but all out there, you know, in our digital neighborhoods and communities. I mean, this year alone has taught me one thing. It's taught me, especially now with social media, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, and all those, we're a lot more connected than we think. And we're a lot more dependent on others. Well, maybe not dependent is a good word. Maybe we all still have a need to be part of the community, part of the neighborhood. And maybe sometimes that community and neighborhood just isn't right around our house. Sometimes, like here on YouTube, it spans the entire nation and many countries. I know I have viewers in about 42 of the 48 states and many countries. I don't know why, but apparently there's people out there don't mind listening to the old man, and they like him. And I'll say this one thing for the people that are a part of this channel and the community here that we have grown, is they're fine people too. and we're of like mind. Now we do get the occasional troll and negative nanny. You're always going to have them. You have them in your real community, and you have them here in our digital community. And I do my best not to let that bother me. But I thought this would be another thought-inspiring way out here on the river today to ask all of y'all how you feel about how 2019 came about and ended up, and what you think is coming down the road for us all in 2020. And for those of you who comment a lot and share your ideas, I am forever grateful. I do hope you'll share your thoughts about all of this in the comments below the video. I really do appreciate it, and I know from all the likes I see on the comments, and at times conversations do strike up, and I will say that 99.9% of the time they are positive. In fact, during the course of all my videos, I've only ever had to block one person, and I've probably only had to delete maybe 4 or 5 comments. To me, that's truly amazing, and that right there is testament to you, the viewers, and the type of people you are. I couldn't be no prouder than all of y'all. Then if you were my own kinfolk, my own family, or my children. You're a great bunch of people out there. I hope you know it. And I do appreciate y'all. Now I do gotta apologize, because from time to time I just can't seem to get back to all the comments and give each and one of y'all personal attention. Then there are times where I do have some free time, and I sit there for however long it takes on a video, and I do respond to each and every one of you. Now, one thing you can be guaranteed of, I read every one of your comments, and many of them I have to think about for a long time. And I do try to answer questions. Now, I'll be the first to admit, YouTube, they're not so great about notifying your comments. And I know I'm retired now, and it might appear I ain't got nothing to do. Well, you only see a small portion of my life. And I got plenty to do. And I only got one person to do it, and that's me. Now, I will say this, old Trix, she does try to help out as much as she can. God bless her. But she does have a little problem not having thumbs, you know. And she's not much on doing the dishes. And she doesn't like to vacuum the dust or take out the garbage. One thing she really likes to help out in is making up the bed. She likes that a whole lot. Of course, most of the time I think she's just playing around. It becomes more of a hindrance hiding under the covers all the time while I'm trying to make the bed. But anyway, I digress. But the thing is, I share what I can with y'all. I don't do a daily vlog. I've actually done more videos here of late than I've ever done. Normally, I may do one a week. Sometimes it might be a week and a half. Other weeks it might be 2 or 3. Now, I'm going to try at least keep up 2 or 3 a week. I'm not going to promise one every day. We just have to see how things go. I mean, I've still got to get a house remodeled and repaired. You know, I've got to get some cars running. I got to get them moved out and sold, free up a little bit of money. So I'm going to be busy. And plus, I want to do a little bit of gardening. And while I'm doing all that, I want to explore some of the areas around here some of the historical places, some of those that are off the beaten trails, where people haven't walked in maybe 100 or more years. Now that's my kind of exploring. And when I can, I promise I'll take y'all along, and we'll share the adventure together. I'd like that. I'd like y'all to come along. And I hope those of you know, I mean, in fact right now, I don't think there's anything no greater than have y'all right down here right now. We could have brought a picnic lunch. We could have been enjoying the bright sunshine, although it is chilly and windy. We could have been sitting out on these rocks, enjoying the river, casting a few lines. You know, you never know what you're going to catch in this river. It's just loaded up with largemouth bass, smallmouth bass. It's got crappie. Of course, it's got brim, you know, panfish. It's got shell crackers, catfish. And it's got some monstrous striper bass in it, stripes. Plenty of fishing. And one other thing it's got down here that, you know, over the years has come back, it's got alligators too. So you got to be sort of careful meandering along the banks here, especially in the tall reeds and that. Because there are now things that will eat you. I wanted to show you something of interest here on these rocks on this particular small falls. Something that most people don't see when they come out here. Especially those that are not aware of the history and the peoples that used to live here. And I'm going to show you one here right now. And there's several on top of these here rocks that make up this segment of the falls. And I'm not sure, because the shadow down in there is getting pretty deep and dark. See that nice round hole? And it goes way down. It don't go down all that far. It's probably about 6, 7, maybe 8 inches. I don't know. Y'all know what that hole is about? Or how it came to be? Well, I know. That hole right there, that hole was used to grind corn and grain by the Creek Indians. Yep. And there's, like I say, there's some more along this top of this rocks. And what they'd do is they'd sit out here on these rocks and their children would swim in the river. And the women folk, they'd pour corn in there, and they'd use a large wooden stick with a rounded end, and they'd pound that corn in till it broke up, and then they'd grind it just like you would using a mortar and pestle. I've seen these same round holes in many areas that were once inhabited by Native Americans. There used to be a really special place for me in my childhood up in North Alabama along what's called Indian Creek. There's a place called Spirit Rock, and there was only a few of us who knew about it. I was taken there by my great uncle John, and he went over the history of it, and he showed me the signs of what the Native Americans had left behind. Of course, they were the Cherokee up there. This far south, it's the Creeks. And they had those same exact holes up on top of that, what we called Spirit Rock. Not sure what the Cherokee would have called it, because they had long since vanished out of that area. They had the same round holes worn down in the rock on top of that big overcropping that plunged out over Indian Creek. Of course, I was only a little boy then. I'm talking from age 10 to on up to when I left there at age 17. That was a unique place. So is this one. Now I'm going to try to get across these falls here, the smaller ones. You're not going to go out there over the big ones. And I'm going to head her on back over here to safer ground. Where we were was out on top of those rocks where you see that small tree growing out of them on the right. It's sort of amazing that a tree can grow like that. Now there is some sand down here, red sand, I want to show you too. What y'all might not be aware of is this is part of a gold bearing region in Alabama. You can look that up on Mr. Google. Yep. And I doubt there's anything down here, but this sand looks rather unique and pretty, all in and of its own. Now something else of historical note, this particular sand right here was used in the formation of some of the earliest cement and concrete that was used to help build the mills that are upriver. The first one of which was Mill 1 on the west bank of the river. Started operation in 1844. Not sure just when they started construction on it, or when they started construction on Mill 2 and Mill 3, which were on my side of the river, the east side. Maybe one day we can go over there and explore them. Of course, they're not in too good a shape anymore. One's gutted, roof collapsed and fell in, and the other two, Mill 2 and 3, burnt to the ground a couple of years back. Not a happy day, not for me or for anyone here in Tallahassee. But that's how things go. Things change. This particular area here has seen a lot of change. I'm sure you have much the same happening in areas where you live. Now there's a better shot of the small falls. If I had more time today, I'd head out on these rocks here to the right. I truly like exploring sandbanks. Just never know what you'll find. But I don't got the time for it today. I got things to do. Just like I'm sure all of y'all have. And I still want to spend a little quiet time down here by myself. Finish up my reflections of 2019 and ponder 2020 to come. I do hope you've enjoyed our little small visit down here. It's a very special place to me. Well, I guess we'll head her back on up the boat ramp here. Sun's getting low, and we're gonna have to start heading out. I did want to see if I could get a view from up here on top overlooking the river. I don't know if y'all can see it. This boat ramp is steep. But old Mr. Tom will make it back up there. Now it might be a little heavy breathing by the time I get there, because I'm having to lean over. It is exactly that steep. I'd say it's about 30 degrees in grade. I know when I came here to launch my boat, it took everything from my little old truck to pull it up on the trailer and pull the trailer and boat back up this ramp to the top. It was straining the whole way. And now the old man, he's straining as he heads on up. But it's good exercise. Good for the heart. And we're about there. You know, it ain't all that far, but it's quite a grade. Let's see if we can go get a picturesque view of the river from up here on top. There's old Focus. He's been doing a fine job. Been doing so good I had to give her a hug today. Well, I made it back up the hill. Yeah, a little bit heavy on the breathing, but not too bad. And I made it down this hillside to a little bench shelf where I could sit here and listen to the falls and view them from way up here on high on this hillside. Y'all really can't appreciate how high up we are. Well, maybe you can if you look over there, see where the top trees are. And the water level starting to come up a little bit. So the Thurlow hydropower plant maybe is got one of the turbines running. So it's probably a good thing. Oh, Mr. Tom got off those rocks when he did. Because where I was standing before, part of it, which is right down there, has now got water running over it. But I'll be the first to say, I didn't hear no horn go off. Of course, I might not have been paying attention. Now they can't have both turbines running, or more of those falls would be covered up. I know I've been down here when both been running in the past, and the water, just the sound of it's roaring as it's coming over the falls all the way across the river, not just those areas you see now. It'll actually go over the entirety of all the rocks down there. But I wanted to share this upper view with y'all. I told you I would. And I got up here. And now you all and me can see it in its full glory. And then one day, when I feel up to it and got time, I'll take you up to the upper section of the falls there that I showed you way off in the distance upriver. They're much larger. I wish I could have seen what they called the Great Falls before they put in the dam. I'll bet that was a sight to see. So, I've got to climb up one of these shelves, as I call them. Let me show you. You can see one level down there. Then it comes up here to the level I'm standing on. And then I got to get on up there. So, the old man's gonna make another climb. Don't y'all be laughing and making fun. I'll get her done. Oh my, that's steep. And one more little tiny one to go. And we're gonna head on to the focus. Well, guys and girls, friends and family, and Davey, if you're watching, I want each and every one of y'all to have a happy, healthy, prosperous new year. I wish all of y'all the best. I really do. And until I see you on the next video, wherever I may be, y'all take care. Stay safe out there. God bless you and your family. Bye for now. It done got really windy and really chilly. I'm gonna pack it in. But there she is. I'm coming. We gotta head on back to the house. Trixie will be wondering where the old man is. She didn't want to come today. She was probably the smarter one. Later on, we're gonna take a ride and rest a minute.